Hello, everyone. I am your host again with you all, Shashi, on Global Women Dialogue Talk Show to create more voice for women and by women. And our today's guest is someone very special, whom is an artist, designer, and owner of Embrace of Love. Or in other words, if I say designed to create harmony. She's connecting with us from Netherlands, Anouke. She is here to share love, art, how we can bring in our life, how we can create that rhythm in our own life. As we know in our current life, due to our work pressure, due to our so much of stress, we are getting away of our natural instinct of art. As we know, as we all are aware, the early man, the first language was art. So we are here today with our speaker who is experienced and working in this field and creating embrace of love. Let's join our hands together and welcome our today's speaker, Anouke, connecting with us from Netherlands. Anouke, welcome on the Global Women Dialogue Talk Show platform. So, Anouke, thank you so much. Thanks a lot for, coming on this platform and trying to share your embrace of love. I will go with the same word as your company is. And let's hear from you how you find this word. Let's start with this before going into deep.
Can you say that again? Let's start with
about your company as an embrace of love, how you end up having this particular name. What was the reason behind it? And I'm really finding so much love when at each moment when I'm speaking.
Well, I think it's about like 12 years ago, 2010. I think I was on a very I was on a retreat, and I had a lot of experiences on different levels, and I had this this voice came to me, let's say like that, you know, it's just something, it fell into me and said, you have to do something with the heart, and especially with the 6-pointed star, because it represents the true light, who we are in ourselves. It had nothing to do with any religion. It's just, you know, it's just something that's here, and you as an artist, you can do something with it. So I had like 2 symbols. I started very simple with 2 symbols, and I had this idealistic feeling of, you know, I wanted to, you see so many damaged people and things going on in the world, and I thought, yeah, okay, I could put my energy in, you know, helping on a refugee camp, or I could work there, or I could send money somewhere, but it all felt like this small drop. And I thought, yeah, what is my small drop? Then I better keep to my own, what I'm used to. I'm raised with art, so better use that. And I thought, like, what is very simple? Clothes, you know, like a t-shirt is like the basic we have. A t-shirt is what you embrace. It embraces you. So that's how the name came, actually, Embrace of Love. So it's very simple. I started designing symbols and prints, all focused on this energy of love and light and balance and beauty, what we really are.
Wow, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, Anouke, as you was talking about your work, how it came up, you are an artist and designer where you are bringing your passion for making people life better by giving them sense of love and how they can embrace these moments in their life. What you found when you are doing this work, does it, do you find a part of your work, your own work, you was able to create some sort of another way harmony or you know, these kind of passion in others life as well?
You mean what happened in me while I was doing this?
Yeah.
Well, there were a lot of things happening. For example, I wasn't, you know, it's, if you have this passion or feeling, if you want to share something, that's one thing, right? imagine and then putting some, but then putting it out in the world. And this world, we live in a world where we're used to, you know, you sell something, you buy something, it has to do with money, it has to do, people want to see facts, people want to see good material, people, you know, you come in a totally different level of practical things. And that was a big challenge for me, really big challenge, because I was not raised in that way. And I had, yeah, that was really big challenge. So it really, even, you know, my heart is okay, I know. And I learned so much during the years that I grew up. But learning how to stand in the world and show what you have to, you know, what you want to sell, and what, it's not about the selling, right? But you have to sell, because otherwise it doesn't move on. And I learned me so much, yeah. Especially I noticed, I don't know, I noticed, especially as a woman, I find it more difficult because I noticed that I did not want to do it like only in this male way, but somehow I was only taught how to do it like that. You know, I have a father who knows how to do it and makes his money from his art, and my brother as well. But my mother chose the other side. So she only showed me more the caring side, and, you know, the part as a woman to help the other person instead of standing your own person and bringing it out in the world. So that was really challenging for me these last years. Yeah, that gave me a lot.
Right. Yeah, that's so true. And when we are talking about it here, you are talking about a little bit of your childhood, where, so when we are talking about your learning, did you get some professional qualification, or how do you find your family environment, as you was mentioning, your mother, your brother, and all are some sort of way they are carrying same passion. So is it passion is driving, or you make it, you know, along with your passion and learning together?
It's always both. I don't think you can do it without, you know. Of course, it's my passion, and you know, I started doing art school, and after that, I was more interested in theater and makeup artists. So because you know, for me, the basis of my whole life, I discovered, is I'm very interested in what is behind this, right? This figure, what we show in the outside world, who we are, how we communicate with each other, but what is behind that? You know, what is behind all these masks? And so that's actually the way I learned through life. So I did different courses, training, schools to educate myself on psychology, you know, sorry, I don't know the English word anymore.
It's
So on
okay.
that kind of part, and also on the art side. So I learned both, right? The inner side and the outer side. So yeah, of course it's passion, but of course it's also a lot of education, a lot of self-education. Need help from other people. You can't do it alone.
Right.
And that's an ongoing story.
Yeah. So Anouke, when we are talking about your passion, we just got to know, and we are getting know that your family also carrying similar kind of interest. Do you find any memory or any kind of movements where you find, oh, my mom is doing that and I love that, I want to do that, and you end up doing something, which was unexpected, you created some beautiful art or something in your childhood or something like that?
Well, you know, both my parents did art school. So I learned from very young, you know, you can make something out of nothing. Really like that. So it doesn't matter if you're with sand and you have some sticks, you can make something out of it, right? You can use your imagination and make something, or you have a pencil or a brush or whatever, or even 2 chairs. Go ahead, do something, right? And that's what I've been taught, like from very, very young age. And they always told me, like, do what you like. Just do what you like. They not always told me how do you do it after that? You know, there are always points that you think, oh my God, I don't like it at all. Should I go on? They not always told me that, but they taught me do what you like. I think that's a very good base.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when we are talking about being artists, being having that deep passion for creating such kind of work and creating love and compassion in your profession as well through putting on the merchandise on clothes and as well as whatever way you spread. Do you think in current scenario when we are talking about this global pandemic where people are so much in distress, so much of um, sadness, your work really creating a lot of mean in more than regular way?
I wish would be nice. At the moment, I think I have also for me the pandemics had some consequences for this company because I started this idea long ago, but actually I'm just working on it like the last 3 years. So it's still in a development time. And there were a lot of times that because I like the conversation with people as well. So the best way to sell my work was being on festivals or events or special places, where a lot of people come together. And but right, the COVID did not allow that anymore.
Yeah.
So I do have a web shop and I use, of course, social media, and it kind of spreads, but it takes it easy. That I do have this wish. I always had this wish that I hope it will spread, more worldwide. I think it's beautiful. And I do also realize, for example, I believe it goes like that too. There was a woman, I was in Amsterdam, I was working on a market, and there came a woman, she came from Russia, and she was pregnant, and she was totally in love with one of these shirts. And, you could tell she understood it like in a deeper level. And she wore it, and I thought, yeah, that's great. That's how it works, right? Now she's walking in Russia with this shirt on. And for example, I know there are people who bought from Africa and now they're walking with this shirt on. It's can be so simple, and then somebody else maybe sees it and they don't have to know it's from me. That's not what's about, it's about they see it, they see the message, and maybe somewhere it gets into them and it touches them somewhere.
Right. Yeah. I think that's amazing the way how we can create even without um, really definitely getting to the light. It's like maybe backstage show if I say like that, but really creating meaningful work for self and for others as well. So Anouke, when we are talking about it, we were discussing and you mentioned during even pandemic your work got affected as well. Mm, how you see when we are talking about during this hard time, do you find it made you somewhat strong enough to be ready for any kind of challenge, or do you find your work approach or somewhere you got shifted your work approach, maybe your uh, project level or anything?
You mean because of this whole
Pandemic,
pandemic?
yes, yes.
If there's something changed,
Yeah,
right?
what way you develop your mechanism, whether it's forward or maybe taking a one step back?
Well, I believe it's always both. I think it's very good sometimes, to take a step back and just be in yourself and look around and take your time and see
Right.
what's really happening. And I must say, I do that a lot. I think it's
Right.
very helpful. And I also believe, if you work on yourself, this will always reflect on the people around you. So this is one of my ways of life. And so, yeah, I took a few steps backward, absolutely. And I took time to see what's really going on and what I really want to give people. And if it's maybe more than only this embrace of love. And it made me realize, I also make my own work, but actually I did not do that a lot. and also did not challenge me myself in it. Actually, I kept it very small, and I just decided, it's just good to also, because it lifts me up, to put more energy in it. And so I realized I'm a harmony maker in all kinds of ways. It's not only this embrace of love. This is one piece of me. The other is that I make my own art. The other side is that I give workshop lessons with other women about, being conscious art, making your own conscious art,
Right.
helping other people discover their way of expressing, because I believe, we're all capable of healing ourselves, capable of helping ourselves grow. So yeah, that's what I'm putting more forward now.
Wonderful. And when we are talking all about, we are finding the way you lead your life as a female. So how you define your leadership qualities?
That's always a nice question, right? I think one of my qualities is my lust for life. I had this always lust for life. I even if things not going well, I know there will be a solution, or I know there will be a way. And the next morning I will wake up and we're going for it again. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's a female trait. I think there are traits that they're male and female both. Maybe one of my really female things is what's very important for me is to connect with other people and to help other people connect in themselves. That's something I value a lot, and I cannot do without, actually. So it's something I do, not always for the good, actually. Sometimes I give it too quick to somebody who's not open for it yet, but okay. So that's my learning. And so yeah, my joy, my passion. I like to take time for people and like to listen to them. I think that's also one of my qualities, to see what people need and guide them somewhere in a good way that will help them grow. Yeah.
Wow, it's powerful. It's powerful the way you explain, the way you share. Usually, I remember lust for life. It's really powerful with the way you explain and the way you shared, because we speak many times, we hear many times, but we never go that deep. The way you shared, the way you explained, so that's really powerful, I think. So Anouke, I'm really like I'm really still in that thought process actually. Like, you really took me so deep again.
Take your time.
So Anouke, when we are talking about it, this creating this meaningful work and all, and same time as an artist we play with nowhere nothing, but we bring something creative, and same time as a lot of creativity but a lot of colors, right? So how you find, uh, if we talk about dealing with the stress, dealing with the anxiety or any kind of mental disorder, can be helpful these activities? If yes, how
Yeah, I can only say yes, it does. It does. But I know, there are moments you are so in distress, and I have these moments too. Of course, everybody has. You are so in distress, or you're so in this thing, right? It says, no, it's not going right, or something, and then it's difficult to get yourself out. I know. But I would say, realize that our mind is so powerful. We can always change our thoughts. And you really, if you help yourself remember every day, just a short moment to help yourself remember, I can change my thoughts. I am my thoughts. So for me, I would say start with one small thing. It has nothing to do yet with paint or anything, but start with one thing. Every day, maybe best before you go to sleep, think, write it, or draw it, or whatever you like, what you're grateful of. That is so powerful. That's the first powerful thing. It will bring you rest, it will bring you space, and it could be very small things, right? I can be very grateful of the pillow I can lay my head on. For example, in the bed I'm sleeping, I can be very grateful for that, or for having a son who is enjoying his life and yeah, wow, or a butterfly who is coming near me and I see it in my garden. I think, yeah, wow. Or even if I don't have a garden, I see it somewhere outside, and it's
right. Yeah, that's so true.
colors of a tree or whatever. So there are a lot of things to be grateful of. And for me, as an artist, yeah, I just know that it really helps. You can you don't need to use color in the first place. For some people, it's too much, right? It's too much choice because you have so much colors. Where do I choose from? But just start with one pencil and just make a drawing. You don't have to. It doesn't have to look like anything in the beginning. Don't judge. Just draw. Let your hand, I think they call it a doodle or a doodle or something. There's a name for it.
Yeah.
Some people do it when they're
especially not only, I will interrupt you, not only the elder, but especially when we kids, they do scribbling and doodle. And
yeah, right.
From that, we started making our own way that, yeah, elders can do and they can make art.
So that's the beginning, right? Just feel that you have the power to do that with your hand, or if you don't have hands, so people do it with their feet. Well, anyway, so you have the power to create something, and then maybe add one or two colors, or if you like, do all the colors, of course. But I think the best thing is first keep it small if you're not used to it, and maybe other people would just take it by it, of course. But if you're doing it for the first time, and repeat. So do it every day, or maybe I have a lot of journals I use. So some of them I only write in it, or write and I draw, or yeah, or take a larger painting, of course, and just go for it.
Yeah.
I think in these days there are so many. Thanks for internet, right? You can look it up. There are so many examples for how you can paint, or how you can use color, or how you can other kinds of things as well, of course, right? I made jewelry for a while, or I made bags. You can do anything you like to. It's about using your own expression, and it's about not judging and just enjoying the feeling. It's about the process, actually. I noticed with a lot of paintings I make, it's actually not about the end result. It's with the other people see the end result, right?
Yeah.
Somebody else sees the end result, and then they see something in it, or they get inspired or not, or they like it or whatever. But when you are the painter or the drawer or whatever, then it's about the process. And I can only tell you that you have to do it, and then you'll know it's about the process, because during this process you will meet yourself.
Yeah, that's so true, Anouke, when you're talking about process versus achievement, like where anytime we say destiny versus the journey. So when you reach on your the last point is we call destiny, and when we are saying that we are going through that process is called journey. So many times when we always say, I'll enjoy this journey, and just leave the destiny on its own way, because if we are enjoying the process, or as journey, we can create more moments, and definitely as a destiny, as a success, you are going to find that as well. So Anouke, you was mentioning about workshops. You do workshops. uh, uh, Is it available for globally? And if they would like any our audience or maybe some other way they would like to get connect or learn, or if not, how they can reach out to you?
Yes. Well, it's a project, you know, I did workshops in the past, but now I'm starting a new project with two other women, and we named it Art About You. And we wanted for the, I mean, it's not that we don't want to, you know, separate men and women, but we just realized maybe for this moment it's good to focus on women.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about intentional painting, it's about intuitive painting, and it's a way we guide. Like normally it's not only about a technique, right? It's really like we start with a meditation, and we give some techniques, and then you just start the process and we guide you through it. So at the end you also have some end result, but actually it's so you can learn how to also make up, build, how do you call it? You know, reminders you can put on your wall, right? You can write something like what you think is important for yourself, or you remind yourself, but you can also draw that. And this is one of the things. So we started it. Yes, of course you can contact me, because we are first doing a few pilots here in Holland. We're planning on doing it online. So this will have a future, and yeah, we're very excited about it. So yeah, you can always contact me about that. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, and all the very best for your future project. And congratulations that you are doing all those work. So thanks a lot, Anouke, where you are sharing your journey, your work. Uh, what message would you like to give to our audience or our viewers who are listening and watching us?
What message? I think the message, what I also give myself every day, sometimes help yourself, remind myself, you're worth it. You're just completely worth it to live your life the way that you want. And be aware that there's a lot of people around us. You know, everybody wants something from you and gives something or has an opinion. And but it's not about them, actually. So be aware it's about you, and cherish yourself and your heart and your inner being, because you're beautiful. And help yourself remind that, and help others people remind that. And yeah, that's the essence. Of course, paint, do, express yourself, enjoy life, have fun. All of that
You
as
are
well.
worth it. Wonderful, very strong. You are worth it. And when we are talking about you are worth it, how you find a global talk show or a platform like this Women Dialogue is creating that same message or same kind of worth feeling in all our audience, our speakers, in ourself, how you find that?
Well, I find it very inspiring. I must say, I first find it intimidating. I thought, oh my God, I don't know what I have to say. And I wasn't sure. Well, okay, that's the small side. You know, we all have a small person in ourselves when we have a big one. That was my small one. So I needed some time. And, but you know, I think it's great, because I really believe if there's only one person, right, who hears my story and take something out of it for him or herself, and can give that to somebody else, then mission accomplished. So thank you very, very much, you know, for giving this theater, this space. I think it's very valuable.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot, Anouke, for having such kind of strong faith and feeling with us, as well as for our this global talk show. And again, wish you all the very best to your project which you are doing, and all your future project. And to our audience, as you hear from Anouke, how creativity can be helpful, can create something new out of nothing, as well as you are worth it. So, as for today's lesson, we learned that Our motivation and inspiration means you are worth. Don't pray under down. You don't need to think that you are not worth for your work, your life. Keep getting your inspire and motivation from women dialogues, from our speakers who are connecting globally with us and sharing their life journey, and they are real story, real women. So just it's a step away. Click and subscribe and share and like and get your motivation and inspiration with Women Dialogue. With this way, you can inspire and keep creating your growth. That's it for today. See you in the next episode next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.